Everybody on YouTube, it is JVD back with another video. Day 21 video every day in October. And I'll tell you, this is a big thing for me, because this video is meaning a lot. This is a quick review, not a very, very big one, but a quick review with a question about the DC deck building game, which I don't have the actual box because the box was really, really, really big. You know. DC deck building game, I've played so many ones back in the day. Dominion, Ascension, Resident Evil, this one, Street Fighter, Naruto, plenty of others. DC deck building game is great. I have the expansions of Arrow, Forever Evil, and Base Game. Alright. You play, you're supposed to start by choosing a character, which there are plenty of here. And these are also Force of Will cards, which I have to take out of here. Okay, I'll take those out in a minute. The characters you can choose, I have not opened this game in a while, so a lot of cards in here. A lot of cards in here. They base in range from villains and heroes. The heroes are in blue, like this. See how this one's blue? This is Felicity. It's from the Arrow series, I believe. This is crossover too, so yes. And obviously I'm going to show you what a villain looks like. And if you probably guess it's red, you're right. But of course I'm going to have to show you one to prove it. And why not it be Harley Quinn? Now you pick one of these characters. This deck this thick is shuffled up, and you pick one character. Now I normally do a house rule where if you don't like it, you get to pick again. But you gotta stick with who you pick the second time around. And the cards in the main deck look like this. There are several ones. I want to take a couple of each of them out to show you. Villain, power, equipment, hero. Alright. That's all we have for those. There are 5 different types. Mistake. There are villains, such as the Royal Flush Gang. There is a Harley Quinn in this deck too. There is Miraku, or something like this, which is a superpower. There are superpowers. There are locations, which once they're drawn, they get put down immediately. There are equipment cards. And there are also heroes. Now, in the game, your job is to get the most victory points. Now, you do that by, obviously, defeating other villains and getting other victory points from what you buy. Now, in this deck, which I'm going to show you, are there Pokemon cards in here? No, there was a Pokemon card in here. That was a Jolteon. Anyway, in this deck here, there are the master villains, or super villains and superheroes in this case. There's ones like Ra's al Ghul here, and Green Arrow here. They all have different things, and you're trying to beat them by getting the cost, which is on the bottom of the card. See, like this is 8. Ra's al Ghul's 8. This one is, I can't even tell. Malcolm's 12. Shazam is 12. And they have all this different text on. You can barely see it, but it is there. You know? And like this one right here. This one has a first appearance attack, which is once Captain Cold appears, something happens. And every person is trying to beat these guys by having enough power in order to do it. And you get the power from the other cards in the main deck. The other cards, which I don't see why they did that. Whoever did this game last, I'm going to kill them, because I have my cards a certain way. Those are extra tokens. You get awesome tokens in this game, by the way. They're like stars. In this game, you're normally starting out. There are other cards, other special cards. These are extras. I'll show you what they are. And in our case, you start out your game with 7 of one card and 3 of another. 7 punch and 3 vulnerability. The power of your cards. See how this one here has 1 power on punch? There's 1 power there. You use all your power to buy different items and to defeat certain villains by having the cost. You also go in conjunction with your villain or hero. So for in case Harley Quinn, she says, during each player's turn, the first time you pass a card or discard a card, you draw a card. For other ones, such as Deathstroke, is 1 power for each card you destroy during your turn. Bane is first card you play during each of your turns has a cost of 1 or greater. You may destroy it. If you do, you get +2 power. Flash says you go first. So Flash is really cool. The first time a card tells you to draw 1 or more cards during each of your turns, you draw an additional card. Cyborg is if you play 1 or more superpowers during your turn, that's +1. If you play 1 or more equipment card during your turn, draw an extra card. This one here is cool, Green Lantern. If you play 3 or more cards with different names of cost or 1 or more during your turn, you get +3. That's really cool. Is it different turns, different types of different things? Different names. So, the last 2 cards you can get in the game, you can purchase one of them, you can't purchase the other. The one you can purchase is a Kick, which is for 2 power. And you gain these with some of the villains in the deck, too. It's Weakness. Which, yeah, sorry for the ugly picture. These reduce your score by 1, by the way, at the end of the game. And you're buying this stuff to try to defeat these villains and win the game. It is the player with the most points at the end of the game when the last villain is beaten that wins the game. And you tally it up with your stars at the bottom of each card. Now, I love this game. I really do. It's a deck building game which I've known to love forever. Because deck building games really are, for me, truly fun. I mean, you have all of these. I'm talking to you why. So I sort these out. You have ones such as, Dominion or Ascension. I've loved those games too. You have certain games that you can play over and over again that just never get old. This one doesn't, because who knows what villain's going to pop up next when you beat the one. The current punches and kicks, by the way, and vulnerables I use, the punches look really cool. This is what one of them looks like. Sorry for the glare, by the way. The vulnerabilities, one of them looks like this. The kicks, let's see, move this out of the way. The kicks, where's the kick at? There's a kick. It's got my main girl Harley Quinn on it. And the weakness is that. And I use these ones instead of the ones that I showed you earlier. Alright. The game overall, really fun because you don't know who's going to pop up next. You don't know what attacks are going to do. By the way, you can also block certain attacks on certain cards in the main deck. They have a defend ability. You can use that defend ability to defend an attack, either given by a player who plays a card or by the enemy, the ultimate enemy, superhero or supervillain, depending on who is in the deck. These cards are insane, by the way. I love these cards to death. I really, really do. So yeah, this game overall is one of my favorites, and I'm loving the fact that all these cards, Green Arrow, Wonder Woman, Martian Manhunter's even in this. Oh, this is so bad. This is so bad. His first appearance is amazingly fucking unbelievable. For 12, and it says, each player discards a hero and a villain. If you discard no cards, gain a weakness. See, that's what I was talking about earlier with the weakness gain. That's what I was talking about with the weakness gain. And it happens. It does happen. But if you play like a defend card to defend the attack, you can do that. Totally fine. Totally legal. Totally allowed. And that's the best part of this game, because you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know who's going to show up. You don't know what's going to come out of the main deck. What's going to come out of the superhero villain deck. It's just, overall, it makes you go, whoa. And they're using some of the greatest characters of all time with DC. I was going to say Marvel. I was out of the head there. DC has been my ultimate favorite brand. Yes, Marvel had so many good ones. So many good ones. You have Deadpool. You got, oh my god, I can't even mention the list. It just goes on and on and on. Spider-Man. That was a great one too, and I'm a fan of Spider-Man. I like the Tobey Maguire movies. Not so crazy on the other Spider-Mans, but I like Tobey Maguire's version. Alright. Overall, game's great. It gets a high mark on my opinion. Alright, now that my rant and rambling's done and over with, I'm probably going to upload these on Sunday. I think I have no other choice. Question of the day for you guys at home. What is your favorite DC character if you like DC? My personal favorite is Harley Quinn. You might like Batman. You might like Superman. You might like Green Arrow. I want to know. I really want to know, guys. It's a lot of fun to find out your opinions and what you guys got to think. But like I said, this will probably be uploaded on Sunday, but you guys know how to do it. Like the video, subscribe down below, put in the comments your favorite DC character, and overall, just love life. And, like I mentioned, subscribe. It's always fun. And, of course, like the video. Share this video with your friends. Tell them about me. Tell them about the channel. We can become a community. Simple as that. See you guys right back here tomorrow for day 22. This is day 21 of video every day in October. I'm Johnny V. Peace out. And, like we say in Japan, domo arigato. Thank you very much.